So I'm in Italy today to check this part of the course out and yeah, just get dead confident for race day, which is always the focus. I'm not sure how far I'm going to go out. I might go to Col de Ferret and then back, but I think that's going to be a bit of a mission, a bit further than I anticipate to go today. So try and do at least 40k and probably be around 2,000 meters or a bit more climbing. But I would say that's the hardest part of the day done now, climbing all the way up to here. Got back to Courmayeur, ended up being 33k in the end, about 2,000 meters climbing. Not quite as far as I planned for today, but I'm really happy with the run, really enjoyed it. A lot of stopping, chilling out, enjoying the views, which is what I think I really needed right now. It's been some pretty tough weeks of training. Not long now. So coming towards the end of my training now for CCC, I was really happy to do that part of the course out of Courmayeur. Really hot day, so it was really beautiful to be out there and just enjoy those views. It's a really big climb, really challenging, but such a beautiful part of the CCC. Just from the start out of Courmayeur, that backside of UTMB, the views are just incredible. So I was really happy to get out there and just to round off some good hard training leading up to the race now. Feeling good, feeling strong. So I've got a few questions I'm going to get to, guys. Reflection on how your approach and build-up has been different from last year. So last year I raced CCC as well, and I put a lot of energy, a lot of time into a big training block leading into the race. This year I'm doing CCC again, and definitely there was a temptation to move up to TDS or even UTMB this year, but I definitely felt like I had a lot of unfinished business from CCC last year. I didn't quite have the performance that I wanted, so that's been my main motivation for coming back this year. So obviously, having done it last year, I knew that the biggest thing I missed out on last year in my training block was just keeping that leg speed up, and yeah, still staying pretty quick and pretty sharp is really important for this course. These trails can be technical and can certainly be challenging with a lot of climbing, but there's a lot of stretches that are actually pretty runnable, some really long descents, and you need some good leg speed to be able to keep up with the elites, you know, to be able to challenge for a good top position within the race. So that's been something that I've certainly focused on within this training block, is just maintaining some good, quick, flat speed as well as just some more quality focus in there. Has racing less helped and how? I've probably raced more this year, maybe less in terms of number of races, but I've raced more ultras this year than last year. I would say it's been a pretty good string of ultras all the way since CCC last year, leading back to this year. So that's been a good thing for me. I'm feeling a lot more experienced going into the race this year, which is a massive thing. Last year, CCC was my second 100 kilometer within that kind of international, you know, competitive field. So it was a bit of a shock with all the helicopters and the thousands of people that you find on the start line at UTMB races. So this year I'm feeling a lot more prepared for that, for what to expect on race day, but also just feeling like I've got the experience now, having done several of the Ultra Trail World Tour races across the world and been able to challenge for a good spot in most of them pretty consistently, and feeling like I've got a good idea of what to expect out of the competition on the day, also the race course, and yeah, just feeling really well prepared. Do you have any specific aims for CCC position wise? So of course I've got some good aims. Last year, you know, I was talking about trying to do as well as I could. This year, certainly I think that top 10 is certainly on the cards. Really hope I can pull it off on the day, but I feel really confident that it's there. I'm going to push really hard, I'm going to work really hard on the day, and yeah, that's the goal. So I'm just going to round off this training series, going through my training on Strava. These last 2 weeks, really just been focusing on keeping that momentum going towards race day. Entering that kind of taper phase is always difficult, and it's always a little bit different whenever it comes to an ultra race. You know, you need to really feel it out for physically how you're feeling at the time, how the training's been leading up into it. And for me, obviously, training's been going pretty good, going to plan for sure. So it's just been about gradually reducing that volume, time on feet, but keeping some good quality in there at the same time, just to stay sharp and stay ready for race day. So start of the week, just pretty easy, nice gentle recovery run, going into some good kind of mixed efforts on the mountain, I called it. So this is me doing some intervals on the mountain, some higher end efforts, to really get that heart rate, get the lungs moving, work in those higher zones, and prepare the body for some high intensity that's going to be coming on race day, I guess. Following that up with that Courmayeur recce. So you guys saw that, totaling at 33k and 2,200 meters of climbing there. I was hoping for a bit of a longer day there, but I just wasn't feeling it. I didn't want to push it too hard, and I was just enjoying being in those views on that area. So it's important to listen to the body, and that's certainly what I had to do on that day. Cross training is always good, a little bit of an element I like to add into my training, especially within a taper fit period where you're trying to cut down the running, but obviously you still want to keep some good movement going, and it's a really good way to promote some good recovery in the body as well. So I was doing some work on the cross trainer there, thinking about done a little bit of rowing and maybe just some really easy weight work, nothing heavy, just to get the mobility there and just to activate the muscles in the area. Then rounding off the week, just keeping that consistency there. So it's been a bit of a mix there, some really beautiful runs up to Lac Noir. That was a really stunning run here in Chamonix, and getting some good, stronger, shorter, kind of medium, long run efforts. So that's what this Lac Noir run was. So I put a few kind of surges into these longer runs, not necessarily like short surges, just steady, consistent efforts, just that race pace, race intensity on the climbs that I hope you'd be hopefully doing on race day. Just to keep things sharp, keep the body moving well, and with the reduction in volume you can often feel lousy, tired, so I like to kind of counteract that by still doing some good quality work in there, and then you start to feel a lot better, a lot sharper for race day. And then into that second week there, again you can see the volume has been dropped right down again, so less than 90k for the week there. Still a fair amount of climbing, so 5,000 meters of climbing. It was my birthday, so just ended up doing some of the nice loops around here, and then following that up with some, again, just some quality, keeping that quality in there. Really important part of the process, just to staying sharp and feeling good on race day. So again, this has just been what it's all about, guys, just staying relaxed and then running the last section of the course. So from Valaisin to Chamonix, that's been a run that I've done several times now. This year going into the race, that's been a big focus for me, just being really confident with where I'm at on the course and knowing it as best as I can. That's been it, guys. That's the training series. I really hope you've been enjoying it. There'll be more series in the future, more races, more challenges, more adventures always, and always be trying to bring you guys along with me. Hit the subscribe button if you're not subscribed already. Check out harryruns.com if you're after any coaching, and happy running, guys.